Too much work or stress can make us fall back into bad habits like slouching at the desk, missing daily exercise, having pizza for lunch, or biting nails. But even though we don't realize it, about 40% of what we do every day are habits, things we do without any thinking, like brushing teeth, taking a shower, having coffee, putting on shoes. You get the idea. And since habits make up such a big part of our life, it only makes sense to root for the ones that add value to our life. And so in this video, we are going to explore ways to change your habits the way you like and make them stick. It's easier to replace or change habits than break them because habits are mostly ideas dug deep into our subconscious, things that we do without even thinking about them. Do you notice each and every little step, how your fingers wrap around the glass or how much you bend your elbows to get the glass to your mouth every time you have a drink? We simply know we are feeling thirsty, got a glass of water, and not feeling thirsty anymore. We just notice the cue, feeling thirsty, and the reward, not feeling thirsty anymore. And as psychology professor Dr. Wendy Wood says, willpower is a limited resource, and when it runs out, you fall back on habits. So changing or replacing bad habits makes more sense than breaking them because breaking them means more of a full-on overhaul. So it depends more heavily on our willpower. Situation support is one technique that works really well. Essentially, we make it easier to do the thing we want to and make it harder to do the thing that we want to change. Like if I want to manage my weight better, I will keep healthier snacks in my fridge and on the countertop. Because even though the cue of hunger or boredom would make me go get a snack, it would be healthier and so help me manage my weight better. And as Jim Rohn said, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Changing habits is about making smarter choices so that we can reach our goals more effectively. The situation support technique also works very well when trying to create new habits, like working without distractions. But before sitting down to write, I turn the internet off on my computer and go put my phone in the next room. It makes it easier to concentrate more effectively on my work. By the way, let me quickly introduce myself first. My name is Nandita and I'm on a journey to have a bigger say in how things look in my life. And if that's something you too would like in, then this channel is for you. Habit-forming actions or routines are linked to the autopilot part of our brain, the basal ganglia, that also controls things like swallowing and breathing, things we don't have to think about while doing. And to make something automatic, reflexive to any cue, we need to keep repeating it consistently until it signals to our brain that this action is good and it's the best way of doing this thing. This is somewhat similar to how our long-term memories are created. The memories that we keep engaging with gets added to long-term memories, slowly discarding the rest. Because our repeated engagement signals to the brain that it's something important to us. I've always wanted to start meditating, but it was one of those, I want to do it, I know it's good, but can't really seem to stick to it kind of things. I tried a few times. I think the first time it lasted a whopping 3 days before it got lost in all the things that needed to be done. The next few times were pretty much similar, and the longest streak I remember was about 5 days. But a while back, I enrolled in a psychology for well-being course, and as part of an assignment, I chose meditation. So I had to do it every day and chart my experience. Now, accountability, like announcing what you are going to do or have someone check in on you every day so that you stay consistent, hasn't really worked well for me in the past. It kind of feels uncomfortable, not really my style. But this kind of accountability where your grades depend on it worked just right for me. And after 4 weeks of initially slogging through it, it became easier to take the time out than to skip it. But most of all, I learned 3 very important things from this experience about staying consistent when trying to build any habit. First, having some kind of accountability really does change the game, but the key is to choose one that matches your personality or your style. Second, it's totally okay and even good to take a short break or tone things down once in a while when it starts feeling overwhelming, when you feel too much resistance to it. I used to switch back to simple breathing exercises when not at all feeling like sitting down to meditate because it kind of made me stay consistent in a sense. And third, sometimes a bit of guidance can make things feel easier so that we can continue to keep showing up. I found that using a meditation app to guide me through the process and also to keep a track of my progress somehow made it more enjoyable and so easier to keep showing up every day. Following the guidance of experts helps us use our time and energy more efficiently, channel it towards things that would have a bigger impact on our life. Which habits would make us more efficient in whatever we do, like the common habits of successful people, because that would mean having the tools to make the most of our time and energy. And I collect the 10 best of these in my next week's video, so remember to check in or subscribe to stay in the loop. Now we all know how easy it is to fall back into bad habits, whether because of stress like ordering pizza again because we don't have the time to make dinner, or giving it up because we messed up once, like couldn't wake up to go to the gym on Monday, so what's the use? Why not sleep in the rest of the week? We need to remember that getting off track is part of the process, because changing habits or creating a new one can sometimes demand more than one go at it. And having a plan ready would make it easier to get back on track. Like when finding it difficult to stay consistent, the first step would be to analyze what's causing the breaks. Was it the situation that triggered old habits, or were things missing that made us skip a day or two, or did we forget to chalk in any rest day? The second step would obviously be to make any changes or tweaks that would get things back on track, and the third one would be to go at it again but with an open mind. And getting back up, brushing off, and trying again is easier if we really want and believe in the change that the habit would bring in our life, so that we can be more invested in the results, stay motivated to be consistent, and give our best. Because when we buy into the why of anything, staying motivated stops being a problem. We are wired to develop habits because they help our brain save space and energy and also makes our life easier. And so it's one of the most natural and simplest ways to change the direction and the quality of our life. More on this in this video on developing habits that last, and also in this habits playlist. I hope you found this video helpful. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.